Hi everyone, this is Thalia and Miana from Double Team, and we'll be talking how we got into video games, and you'll get to know like what kind of games we play and all that stuff. And I do have a question for you, Miana, which is what was the first console that you played on?
I thought you would ask that.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, technically, the first console that I played in was my previous. Wait, words.
Yeah, I had the
I'm like,
same.
damn.
It's early for us. We've never recorded this early before.
Yeah, that's true. Um, I had a neighbor when I was a kid that was far older than me, but she had a Game Boy Pocket, and I didn't have a color yet. So that was the first one in which I played. Apart from the fact that I played console games, but in an emulator when I was little, and we'll get to that when we get to how we got into most video games. But yeah, it was Game Boy Pocket with Tetris and The Simpsons. That's the games that she had.
Oh, that's cool. I
I
think.
just couldn't manage The Simpsons because I didn't know English back then. So I
Wait,
had no idea what I was doing.
how old were you, or you don't know?
I was probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah, yeah. It was for
I'm
me. It
not
was
sure
the same.
because I was young.
It was like the same age for me, but the first console I played on was the NES, like the first Nintendo console, which my grandma had. Well, she still has it, and she still plays on it. So,
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah. Whenever the family came over to her place, all the kids would play just on her NES all the time. And first games were like Tetris and Super Mario, and there was like Zelda on there as well. And I don't know, she had this cartridge that it had like 100 games or something on it. So it was
Yeah.
probably like a hacked thing or something that she bought, and that was in there all the time. So it was like so many games that I could play, and so many memories. It's so cool. So yeah, that's the first one that I ever played on.
That's really cool. That brings me like flawlessly to one of the first gaming memories that I have, because I used to play a lot with my cousins when we went to our grandparents' house, but they didn't have a console. They had a computer for work purposes and so on. But we just like installed all the games there and played together. And like my uncle got us an emulator CD,
Yeah.
and I had no idea it was an emulator back then. I just knew that like I could play so many games. And it was actually like pretty much every game that ever came out for the Sega Genesis.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
those were like most my background with gaming was back then playing those games.
Mm-hmm.
Except some of them didn't work, but I still played like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Streets of Rage 1, 2, 3, Power Rangers Mighty Morphin.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of games. It
Yeah.
had an Aladdin one. It had like everything. But I was so sad because it had a Sailor Moon one, and I watched Sailor Moon at that point, so I really wanted to play it, and it didn't work.
Oh. Out of all the ones, that one didn't
Yeah,
work.
I
So
know, right?
typical.
It has so many lame games as well because it had just everything.
Yeah.
But at least it had Dragon Ball Z and it worked, so that was really fun. Even though it was all in Japanese, we knew how to do everything.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, for me, like after the, it was all with family as well with me because we didn't have like consoles. Like me and my brother didn't have consoles until we were like 8 or 7, no, like 7 or 6 or something like that. Which and my brother is 3 years younger, so it's like earlier even for him. And before we just used to go to our aunts and uncle and all that stuff, and they had like Super Nintendo and also an NES and Game Boys and all that stuff. So we got really jealous of that. So that's when we like there was a girl in my class who was selling her Game Boy Color with Pokemon Blue.
Oh.
So I was like, wow, I need to get
Ta-da!
that. Yeah. So I was like 7, going to my mom like, can I buy this? And she's like, yeah, but you'll have to share it with your brother and with me because my mom likes to play games as well. And my mom ended buying up the Game Boy with the Pokemon Blue in it. And me and my brother used to like have to play like each an hour, and it was always like fighting for it because it was the same game. We were both
Yeah.
playing Blue, and it sucked because I mean we didn't know like what to do, and so like my brother was deleting Pokemon, and I was like catching more Pokemon, and it was such a mess. And
That sounds like
oh
Twitch
god,
play Pokemon.
that is
Way back when.
oh god.
You were the first Twitch plays
Yeah,
Pokemon.
exactly. And then my mom bought a Pokemon pinball for her to play because she likes playing pinball, and she was like, "Oh, you guys like Pokemon, so I'll just buy that so you guys can play it as well." And yeah, that were like the two first games that we ever owned on the Game Boy.
My
So yeah.
first game that I had for the Game Boy, because I got my Game Boy after my mom came from France in a work trip.
Mm.
So she brought it to me as a present. And it had a game that I'm not sure of the title anymore, but it was something like the Sword of Camelot or whatever. It was a really hard RPG game, like really, really hard.
Yeah.
I never managed to finish that game. It was so hard. And I can't find it anymore to see that if I could actually do it at this point. But
Oh
it
yeah.
was still very hard the last time I tried when I was like in my mid-teens. So it was a complicated game. Then I got Pokemon. That was my second game, I think.
Mhm. So your first
I got
console?
Red.
You got Red, yeah. Your first console was like Game Boy Color as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, yeah, like handheld console. Um, yeah, it was the same for us. But then like later, my brother got his own Game Boy, so we were finally like
Yes.
he got red and I had blue. So and then we started buying gold and silver and all that. And then I started buying, well, getting because I was too young. Super Mario and Zelda and all that stuff were on the Game Boy as well. So that's
Yeah, I had Super Mario Brothers, which was really fun. I always liked to play those games.
mm-hmm.
What else did I have? I had Harry Potter 1.
Mm. We had that one too. uh,
Which I don't consider that good a game.
mm.
But
But
it's
at
just,
the time, it was like,
yeah.
whoa.
Since it was Harry Potter, I didn't care. I was just really happy, even though I had to go around the place just collecting random like fags to make potions.
Yeah, exactly. That was a like kind of a weird game as well. I remember not playing like all through of it. Like my brother did, but I didn't. I was
Oh,
like
I
too.
finished that one, but I didn't play the rest. That was the only one.
Yeah.
What else? I had E.T. I think it was a present.
That's the thing.
Because
Like,
I just had to like grow plants and cross-pollinate them and see if I got new alien plants. It's really weird, I know.
yeah, that's
But
funny.
it was actually fun to see because since they were alien plants, they had certain effects. So it was like weird but interesting.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
it got boring after a while. That was the problem because there were tons of combinations and some plants didn't like the other plants and they were like, I'm managing a plant soap opera.
But that's the thing with Game Boy. Like, we were so young, so we got so many shitty games, and like games like based on like cartoons and like movies and all that kind of stuff. That's like stuff I would never buy now. But back then, it was like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
have it because I like the cartoon or like this.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's the thing. Like, and you also got a lot of ideas. Like, I want this game because you saw the ads on television, or because your friends had them.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it was just like around Christmas, and you know, like television is completely nuts around Christmas.
Yeah.
Like 2 months before, it's just games all over the place. So it was just like, I want that one because it looks cool on a TV ad, which the purpose is for it to look cool for kids to buy it.
Yeah. And the kids playing it look so happy. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
It should be the best game ever.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
But my problem with that was that, like, sometimes I got games that I didn't want to have, but sometimes I didn't get games that I really wanted, and that was Pokemon Stadium for me. I really wanted that game, and I
Oh,
never
yeah.
played it because it looked so cool.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that ad. Oh god. Yeah, but what was like your like TV console then, your first one, or PC? I don't know if you played PC after that.
Yeah, I played PC before I got any console, even before my Game Boy Color, because my parents had a PC and my dad had a couple of games. He's not a huge gamer anymore, and he was always more like a tabletop gamer than a computer and console gamer. But he also likes those kinds of games, so sometimes he played. And so I started playing that kind of games with him. Like I played NBA with him. I played racing games on the computer, and I also had like a couple CDs way back when the CD was still a thing.
Yeah.
Like
I remember that
I had
time.
some educational ones with like experiments and stuff because I always liked science. But I had Settlers like 4 or 3. I don't even remember which one it is because right now it's like Settlers 7, which was one of the first games that I played a lot. That was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played PC first. I still don't own a TV console at this moment. So
Oh, okay.
my sister has a Wii, so sometimes I played her Wii when I was back home. But that's all.
Yeah.
I never had a PS. I don't know how to play one.
Oh. That's alright though, because you play way more PC games than I do. I have more consoles, like we have a lot of consoles at home, so yeah. I like after for me it was the same like after like Game Boy, having that and having a Game Boy Advance and all that.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah.
A Nintendo DS that I split with my sister.
Wait a minute. The cat is going out of the window.
God, cat drama. We didn't see that coming. My cat is currently sing.
All right.
Is it safe?
He didn't jump through. It's all right. He's safe.
God.
I'm just gonna leave this in there. I don't care. But
Yeah,
anyways,
fine.
yeah, I started playing like PC games as well, and the first ones I had were Need for Speed Racing, and Half-Life. I had a Half-Life as well.
Ooh.
And Battlefield as well. So those are like the 3 first ones I played on PC.
Like I had a huge gaming gap when I was a teen because like when I was because until I was like 10, I played with my family and I played with some friends from school and stuff like that. And then I changed schools and like nobody gamed or just the guys. So it was like, and like when I was in high school and middle school, just like most of my friends didn't game seriously. And at that time, I remember that everybody was playing Counter-Strike. And it's the kind of game that I didn't really want to go into by myself. I had never played shooters and multiplayer games online. So it was like, I don't know how to play this, and I don't want to learn by myself in that like freakish environment that is multiplayer online games.
Yeah.
But I played RuneScape. That was an RPG game for people that don't know.
That,
it was free. I play that a lot. I played tons of like those silly mini clip games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As well. And I came across RuneScape. Yeah. And then I got back into gaming using cracked versions of games because I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So I played Call of Duty 2. That was the only Call of Duty I've ever played, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I like World War II based stuff.
Yeah.
What else? I played Portal, and then I ended up buying it because I love Portal. And then I discovered the wonder that it is Steam. So I just I'm back.
Your life is ruined when you discover
I'm
Steam.
back to computer games like full force.
Yeah, I wish I could play like more computer games, but the thing is like we have too much consoles that I feel like I have to play on all of them because otherwise it's like my money is like just in the garbage, like because
Your
I'm not.
consoles will be sad if you don't
Yeah.
play them.
And yeah, I mean the thing is like okay, what we have home is like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, two of them. We like my Game Boy I still play on that because I don't want it to
Oh
die.
yeah, for
And
sure.
like Advance, DS, 3DS, PSP, uh what else? What Nintendo 64 is what I have. And yeah, that's like almost 10 consoles. So
Yeah.
it's a lot, and I have so many games on all of them that I really want to like still finish that I haven't finished yet. That's the thing also. If you have a lot of consoles, you start playing a lot of games, but you don't finish them because you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I still want to play that one and that
But
one.
it's the same with computer for me because the curse and wonder of Steam is that you can get tons of games and really
Yeah.
cheap.
Mm.
And like for me, I couldn't even find half those games in Portuguese retail.
Oh.
So it's just like, oh my God, and they're way cheaper. So I just feel like I'm obligated to buy them when they go on sale because I want to play them and they're really cheap.
Yeah.
But then I have like all these games that are really cheap that I want to play. So I just, tons of them I don't finish.
Yeah.
And some of them I haven't even started yet because I'm like, I have to finish the other one first.
Yeah, that's it. Like you have both of those things. Either way you want to finish it or other way like you're like, "Oh, I'm kind of bored of this one now for now, so I'll just start another one." Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. And then you want to play again and you're like, "Oh shit, I don't know where I ended up at and how
And
do
then
I
you
play this
restart the
again?" Yeah.
game and you just
That's
never
the
finish
cycle.
the
Yeah.
freaking game.
That's
That's
how
a
it
cycle
goes.
that I actually have with Pokemon, which
Really?
is stupid because I
Yeah.
know how to play Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's just that I play every summer, but then
Mm.
during the year I don't play it. So when I go back, I'm like, I don't even know what I was trying to do anymore. Like, if I was trying to catch a Pokemon here or not. So I just like, I'm
Yeah.
going to restart again, and I never finish it.
So
Like
you get stuck at
I
the same
finished the ones
place.
that I had before while I was growing up. Like I finished Red, of course, tons of times. I finished Sapphire because I didn't have Silver and Gold when they came out, but I have Soul Silver now,
Okay.
so that's fine.
Yeah.
And I love that game, but I still haven't finished it because I had to finish Diamond first,
Oh
and I
man.
don't like Diamond all that much, so I just keep getting lost halfway, and I just go like, well, I don't care. So I just have to suck it up and finish Diamond. That's what I
Yeah.
have to do.
That's the only thing that I don't that's the only kind of games that I have to finish in like a certain amount of time is Pokemon because I that's like my first game that I ever like finished.
Yeah.
So I'm like I have to finish all of them in like 2 or 3 weeks tops. So
Yeah.
that's me. So if I don't finish them, I feel really bad about it for some reason. So I feel guilty for my childhood. Like no, you have to finish this game. So yeah, and I still like really enjoy them. They're still my favorite like franchise when it comes to games.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's my favorite franchise at this point, I think. Don't
Mm.
kill me.
It's all right. I mean,
Because I love the Portal games. It's just
hmm
and like now Super Giant games with Bastion and Transistor, which I'm still playing through,
yeah,
are a close second, I think, in terms of franchise. Though it's not like exactly it's not the same world. It's just
yeah,
the same style of game. But
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
but
really liking
I'd say
Bastion.
Portal. Portal is my favorite game, probably.
Hmm That's cool.
But I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, like, what kind of silly internet-based games did you play while growing up? Because I played tons. I played Neopets.
What like you mean like just like on the internet on the browser
Yeah,
like stupid games like that? Oh god.
I played
I don't
so
know.
many.
I remember like stupid racing games and Tetris and like Bejeweled. A lot of
Oh yeah,
Bejeweled as well. So more like puzzle games I used to play when I was younger.
I was more when I was younger, I played pretty much every mini clip game, mostly platformers because I was really big into platformers. Still is one of the genres that I'm most comfortable with.
Yeah, same.
So I played a lot of that.
Yeah.
There was one with a rabbit in a chocolate fabric factory.
Oh,
What the
good.
hell was that? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played Neopets. I played some of those in which you had to like grow up an animal or a pet or a Pokemon. That all of that derivation of that thing I played.
That's cool.
And I played some management ones. Because one of the first games that I played that my dad had were team management games. He had a Formula One management game. So I got used to that as well. So I played some that I had to manage a football team on. But then I got bored because I don't like football all that much.
Yeah, my brother had that as well, Football Manager or something.
Yeah, I didn't get that one because that's like a legit game. But there is one online that you can just play for free. And it's one of those that's just text-based. It's not amazing or anything like that.
Yeah. The cats are going wild here today.
Look, really. Dammy. And she's just trying to understand what's going on, I think.
Yeah.
And she's right like behind the camera, so if the camera falls, it's her fault.
Okay.
What else?
I didn't have a computer until I was like 12 though, so I couldn't play.
Oh yeah, I had it way earlier because my parents had one.
Yeah, we didn't have any computer.
But I had like a pretty strict control of the time that I could go there.
That's mostly how it happened.
So yeah, but I played also some Mafia-based ones, I think, that were also text-based. You just had to like go there and get your things farming and go like, I want to try a burglar today, and then like a couple of hours afterwards, you just went there and saw if it worked or not.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
I know.
I do that?
I mean, when you're young, you don't care. You're like, oh, it's games. I'll just play it. So you just want to try it out.
No. She's just having all the fun.
Oh.
Kitties just want to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes. But yeah, it's we're already at 22 minutes.
Yeah, I figured. I was going to ask, what are you going to talk about next week?
Yeah,
people to know.
Next week it's gonna be something different again. So we're gonna talk about cartoons, like Disney movies and like cartoons that are Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun and interesting. It's gonna be a long chat as well because like we watch so much, like apart from anime, we watch so many like cartoons as well.
Yeah.
So.
And while we were growing up as well, because
yeah, exactly.
There was no differentiation, so.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. We'll be back next week on the same time and same day. So yeah. You can look forward to that. And also, I have my live stream tomorrow, and this is already some kind of spoiler, but Miana will be one of my guests tomorrow.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. She will be there, and I made a video about it. So if you want info about it, you can just check it out.
Go on Thalia's channel. And go there tomorrow. Join us. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I hope I will see you there, and I hope you'll be there for next week for a new double team as well. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Bye.